Well, it should be up and get sound. Give me a moment. There it is. Giving everyone a chance to join in, kick things off. Welcome everyone, welcome! Wanted to give everyone a chance to get in before we kick things off. Good music. I do like the music score they have for this. Let us begin. You all will be able to help the creation of Thunderdome. We'll get into the details of that. If any of the volumes need to be adjusted, please let me know. Strap in, buckle up, and let's get this show on the road. Ah, we're the little man compared to the great Archon. See, or are we?
For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world. and 2 of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spymaster and archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the 2 generals is Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tunon brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
You gotta admit, now that's an entrance. Alright, now we build our dude. We're just a little dude. Could be a tall, skinny dude. We could be a big, fat dude. Super big, but we're just a normal dude. By looks. Just a normal dude. See, you can see our role. Northern Empire is where you were born. Men enjoy equal protection under the laws of Overlord Kairos. In southern lands of the Tiers, only men may own capital ship or captain ships, but real estate restricted to women. Men may lease, but durable ownership of the land in the Tiers always passes to the eldest daughter or sister. Most sons enter their father's profession by their mid-teens. Those without a profession or family lands work can find purpose in pledging service to one of the Overlord's mighty archons. Criminals, derelicts, and others are often conscripted into the armies of the archons. If a child cannot forge his own scheme, he will certainly find winning battle. Now we should have our image in here. I'm thinking this one. The other one I considered was, where was it? No, that one's not bad. There's one other one I'd considered, and now I'm not seeing it. Interesting. There's one other one I had found that I liked. I'm not seeing it, so I guess we will just go with this one. The other one was looking kind of this direction like that one, so I thought that might be it, but it's not. And I don't see it. But that is fine. Oh, there it is. This was the other one I considered. Which this one is not bad either. But I think this one. I think this is the one we'll go with. Yes, something like that. Markings that we found in a book. Sure.
Quiet down. We must rest soon.
That should work. And yeah, the game doesn't have the most character creation options, but it's not bad. I think that one's better. I don't like the ponytail though. It's really not showing, so I'm not sure which one to go with. So let's stick with that for now. How are you all doing tonight? Alright, so now we actually start getting into creating the character. Our history, first part. How did you join Kairos' army? Were we a pit fighter? A hunter? A guild apprentice? A noble scion? A soldier? A lawbreaker? A wall mage? Or a diplomat? I think noble scion or war mage fit for what we're going for. What do you guys think? Maybe diplomat. Yes, this would give us that. Frost, vigor, atrophy, shock. That's what we want. Could do unarmed. I think we're going to do shock. That's what we're focused on. Now we got the proper hood. I kind of thinking war mage. What do you guys think? I think war mage fits well. Secondary, more shock. I think that fits. What do you guys think? Just focus on the lightning and go with the charge strike. Was that the end? No, I was gonna say I didn't think so. We'll quickly look at a few things here in just a moment. Give you guys time to review it and answer as well what your thoughts are. Shock is that, okay. Kind of like the shock sigil. Apparently some of them aren't loading. We're doing a fire mage who goes something like one of those. I think something like that actually kind of fits. What do you guys think? Or is it kind of like the lightning in the sky? Or you could go something like that. Give me a second. I thought it was up, but apparently it wasn't. I do want the wits. Because of spell strength. Quickness is useful for ability cooldowns, so we can our abilities more often. I think I'm going to go like that. Might is good because the ability strength. Why not? We'll go with that. What do you guys think? You like that? Alright, let's do the conquest then.
All the world has fallen to Cairo. In the early days of 428,
Did not want to skip that.
Kairos' armies arrive at the gate.
Can I go back? Yes, I want to actually play that. Didn't want it to skip.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. Two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior. In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
Oh no. I love how this works. The During Conquest will decide the character's actions during Kairos' invasion of the Tears, shaping the world through which we will adventure. The course of the game. Each choice we make affects the character and how major factions of the Tears respond to them. Choose your decisions wisely, for they matter. Get your voting ready. We are about to have many votes. The Bastard City stood on the northern border between Kairos' empire and the Tears. Built upon the natural harbor at the crossroads between realms, the city was a nexus of commerce. To the Tears, it was the center of all wealth. To the northerner, it was little more than a backwater trading post. It symbolized symbolic status as a gateway to the continent, made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. If there's any of these orange words you guys want to see, we can right-click it and pull up more details. All you need to do is let me know which one you'd like to see, and I will enlarge that so you may look at it. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' army. Taking the city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos' will is insurmountable. So, our first choice. Shall we infiltrate the Tears, or shall we take the Gates of Judgment? So, this one, we infiltrate the Tears. We can... The Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus each has a plan to infiltrate the city. Which do we want to join? So we can only pick either the Disfavored or the Scarlet Chorus. We cannot pick both. And we can only pick one of these two options. We cannot pick both. So, there's actually currently a total of 4 choices. Derp, 4, if I can count correctly. We can infiltrate with a Disfavored. Doing so, let's see, we would go with Graven Ash's scouts from the Disfavored. The offensive would boost morale of his troops and diminish the haughty overconfidence of the Southerners. Or we can go with the Scarlet Chorus. And they'll raid small towns, conscript every able-bodied man and woman into the army for the voices of Narat. For the Gates of Judgment choice, we can go with, again, the Disfavored, and stand in the shield wall with the ironclad soldiers. You advance in the mercenary army, purchased by the nobles of the Bastard City, and, show them that the superior quality will win the day. Or we can rush them, the chaotic masses of the Scarlet Chorus, and, try to drive them into fleeing. So, do we want to participate in the Gates of Judgment, where the Scarlet Chorus and Disfavored battle the army mercenaries that the city has acquired? Or do we want to infiltrate and either wreak havoc internally on the citizens? Well, not wreak havoc, but yeah, beat them through some of that. Or do we want to conscript? What do you guys think? What would you like us to select? Oh, I was hoping it wouldn't do that. I was trying to quickly check something and it didn't want to let me. I'm disappointed in it. But hey, that's alright. So what do you guys think? What would you like us to pick? Infiltrate or Gates? Alright. Oathbound scouts identify a modest border defense and collaborate on an organized attack that would leave the enemy uncoordinated and cut off from aid. You oversaw preparations and offered your opinion to the strategy. When the clashing of sword and spears fell silent, followed by cheers of disfavored scouts, you were the least surprised. Inside Agent. Traveled ahead of Kairos' armies, lurked in the shadows of the Bastard City. You decide that converting one of the locals to Kairos' side would aid in bringing the city to its knees. After all, corruption starts from within. Enlist a bitter captain of the guard to sell military secrets to the disfavored. Or came to arrangement with a well-connected smuggler who knew how to sneak agents of the Scarlet Choir. Behind the city walls, the Scarlet Choir were better operatives than soldiers. This would require subtle touch. Containing the fire. Fiercest opponent in the Bastard City were the mages of the School of Wild Wrath. Too barbaric to use their powers responsibly, the unbridled practitioners needed to be stopped. How? You trick the hot-tempered mages into their own undoing. You lured them to an ambush where the Legion of Disfavored waited to spring the trap. The soldiers were hungry for a chance to subdue the arcane branch of the Tier's resistance. Or trick the guild elders into meeting with the voices of Nerat, the Archon of Secrets. The Archon was notorious for his cruel and mysterious interrogation techniques. The mages were never again seen. Kind of thinking one of these two. They have expendable people, so we'll send them in to cause chaos. Betrayal of the Bastard City. Your tactics of infiltration place you in the Bastard City ahead of the main armies. Your work softened the city defenders for the arrival of Kairos' forces, but you wanted a decisive gesture that would give your allies a meaningful advantage. How? You assist in the fall of the city. Keep to the shadows. You eliminate the leaders of the city one by one. You challenge the commander of the city to an honorable fight to the death. This gives us Warrior's Respite. This gives us Searing Palm. Or we can go for our own way and stealthily go through and eliminate everyone of the leaders. I'm thinking a duel or assassinations. Which one do you guys like? Thinking that kind of more fits us for now. Yes, as the wave of murders overtook the city's elite, your deed swelled for me. Well before the armies arrived, no one in the bastard cities felt safe in their own homes, much less behind their walls. By the time Kairos' forces crest the horizon, the city was fearful enough to throw open the gates and welcome their new protectors. Now we have another choice. We can go to Apex or we can go to Lethean's Crossing. We can only go to one. And this is another one of those times where this game, during the startup phase, makes you pick things instead of getting to do everything. So, Bastard Citizen, state of normality, with terrors of your name was whispered, right? The armies divided into two fronts. Migrated south. Tunon sent word that you would join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest, either as a judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethean's Crossing, or as a war advisor, with the armies advancing to the realm of Apex. So, would you guys like to do Lethean's Crossing, where the forge-bound smiths are working, or do we want to go to Apex and join the forces of the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus that cross the mountains and take tears? All right. Years ago, Lithian Vold founded a small merchant town, the intersection of ancient old walls, and a pact between the settlers and the mercenary company meant that the caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or Bane. And the town thrived in the modest insignificance. Lithian's crossing drew Kairos' attention for the iron deposits in the surrounding hill. In the region under Kairos' control, the northern smith mages could set up workshops and refine the ore and arm the disfavored. The finest weapons known in the world, the Archon of Secrets, dismantled the mercenary support with generous bribe, taking the crossing in a bloodless victory. Tunon dispatched you to travel along Kairos' forces to bring order to the region. Ah, the cult of Siren. So disfavored, some of them have joined her cult. His company feared that the Archon was growing out of control and needed to be stopped. Demand that the Archon of Song cease her recruitment practices, and they allowed to be violently subdue her cult of followers. Loss of soldiers is significant, set back to the Scarlet Chorus conscription efforts. Or the Scarlet Chorus tradition. You sent the latest batch of cultists to the front lines of Apex campaign. Those who survived were welcome to remain with Kairos' military, and the performance would stand a testimony to Siren's effectiveness. Could see that. And the other one is the iron must flow. The spice must flow. Scarlet Choir took refugees from the recent influx and forced them to serve in Kairos' military. You repurposed the individuals to haul wagons of iron for the smith mages. It's provided an inconvenience to the Scarlet Choir, who relied on their force of numbers to be ineffective in the field. I don't know about the crazy beastmen. We'll go for this one, I think. Ensure the iron. Since you aided in the production and commerce, both armies lobbied for additional arms. They offered all manner of bribes in the next line fitting, okay? How do you sate the lust for iron? You allowed no changes to the orderly dispensation of iron, and punished those who tried to bribe you twice. Gave iron arms to the Scarlet Chorus, knowing they pay very well for any killing tool. Let the disfavored have the iron. Keep the best tools in the hands of the elite. Kind of like the idea of that one. Guardians do. Alright, the city grew more crowded. It was mercenary. We hired right. The Archon of Secrets occupied the barracks where they drained resources. Tensions, the disfavored wanted nothing to do with sellswords, but the Scarlet Chorus sought to invite them into the fold. Of course they did. I like this option. We do not take bribes. We follow the order. Using language that left nothing open to interpretation, you let both commanders know that bribery would not be tolerated in Kairos' military. That did not stop either of them from seeking you out again, making promises of wealth and advancement if you showed special favor. Deciding that enough was enough, you ordered both the commanders flogged in view of their armies, letting pain and humiliation teach them where reason had failed. Who controls the crossing? Tragedy struck when the mercenaries hired by the voices of Narat injured a forge-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft. Tunon ordered that the mercenaries to leave the city in the hands of Kairos' more responsible servants. Only a token garrison would be left behind while the army returned to the front. As the disfavored and Scarlet Corps showed increasing tension and hostility towards each other, Tunon decreed it best that only one force control the crossing. I think order maybe would be better than chanting lunatics. So I'm going to have to go with that. The forge-bound ironsmiths became true agenda of the defense force, as the magical craftsmen kept the disfavored invasion force suited in iron. The forge-bound and their weaponry could not be entrusted to the voices of Narat. I kind of agree. Now we have 3. Stalwart, Vellum City, and Azure. Alright, with the mercenaries expelled from Lithian's Crossing under the new leadership of Kairos forces, congratulate themselves on bringing order to the settlement and guarantee the productive flow of resources. In the course of this diversion, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills were needed in the realm of Azure, Stalwart, or Vellum Citadel. What is the Vellum Citadel? Vellum Citadel was a library fortress, the largest archives of written word in the tiers. The School of Ink and Quill protected and maintained the archive of ancient lore for the centuries, standing apart from the political upheavals of the younger realms as a enduring pillar of knowledge and culture. Cool. Archon of Stone, we haven't seen him. Go talk with him. Year 3 of Kairos' conquest. Kairos dispatched Archon Cairn to break the stalemate and force Azure into submission. The colossal man of stone and flesh arrived as instructed, but earning his cooperation was a tall order for even you. Stalked by shadows. Yeah, I don't know. That's a harsh one. What's this one? Destruction Advisor. Karn, the Archon, carved a deadly path through Azure using his powers to blight the land. The Scarlet Chorus complained that his tactics left no farmland to feed the growing army. As Karn marched with the disfavored, the Scarlet Chorus held that the Legion responsible for the destruction of the Lost Harvest. No? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that because it's like he's doing what he was told. If you don't like the way he does it, don't complain to me. Complain to Kairos. Kairos is the one that sent him. Oh, of course. Oh no, the Archon of Stone went missing during the campaign as the disfavored mages busying themselves with the search for Karn. Cairn. The Scarlet Choir forced the mages into combat against their will, during which 2 were slain. Furious at the waste of trained specialists, the disfavored demand that the Scarlet Choir be punished. Interesting. I don't know about that. Loudly denying Kairos. Really? Karn? What's going on? I think they may actually be happy about them having to do it. I do think it's their responsibility since they did support him. Oh no. Here we go. Kairos is going to dispatch the rebel with an edict. An edict is Kairos' most powerful magic. An edict, a commandment cast upon the whole region, that can control and destroy man and nature alike. Once cast, an edict can rain fire, wither crops, demoralize cities, usher in endless night, or do whatever it is that Kairos envisioned. No known force, magical, mundane, can stop an edict, though each edict is often worded to include some condition or contingency that will see it end. Some edicts have been short-lived, delivering Days of wanton catastrophe, just as many have lingered for centuries. Wow. So we have to send someone to hold him up while you complete the proclamation of the edict. Whew. Hold on, I gotta go. Alright, sorry about that. We had some screaming. I had to go check on and make sure everything was okay. Apparently, the little one got hurt. She looks to be okay, so hopefully everything's alright. Alright, where were we? Right. Alright. Wow. For the Edict of Stone, the earth under the battlefield groaned open, spitting up outcropping of rocks that obliterated the surrounding landscape for miles. When the land heaved open and to take Karn, the Archon allowed it with serene acceptance. Yeah, I don't know that sending both was the best, but I figured it ensured the city and job was done. Okay. We'll go with that, I guess, and begin our adventure.
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands. But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault. With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance. But months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers. The Overlord is not amused. And Kairos has one message for the Archons. Crush the Oathbreakers, or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons. As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you. You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Well, we're gonna die. I hope not. I didn't quite see what she said. Yeah, spell creation, sigil casting. And that's just going to be the same thing. So we can't assign it again. Kairos victory at Vendrian's Well. As a fate binder of Tunon, you are tasked with delivering Kairos' edict to the Archons in the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus. They must defeat the rebellion of Vendrian's Guard soon, or everyone in the valley will die. Great. Thanks. Alright, so this has value, and recovery is a little lower, but the armor is better. Phalanx. Noise. Penguin School roll. Okay. And we have a wrought ruin. We have a sword. We want a sword, one-handed. Or do we want a spear? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. We'll probably use our spell casting most. Kairos the Overlord be praised! We heard your when I heard the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed. See you on the other side. The disfavored were clasp her gauntlets, her breastplate with traditional Legion fashion. You've gained favor with the disfavored. Commander wouldn't say why the governor of Lithian's Crossing would be coming. But since we had no forges here, I imagine would knock some sense into the voice of Narat. I mean, mediate with the Archons so that we might agree on a plan to wipe out the Oathbreakers. But on a personal note, it is good to see another Harbinger. I cry or thrill that most of our old invasion force still lives, but most of us have seen scattered across the tiers, resigned as needed. Change. I miss the old days, when there was much battle ahead of us, so much glory still to be won, but I know the Archons are expecting you. Don't let me wax nostalgic about the old days. Yeah, we'll do this. Can you hear the hum in the air? The glow around the rocks. The avalanche is Kairos' magic. The Overlord has sealed the valley. Your senses see more than mine, good Fatebinder. I do not pretend to know much about such things, but if it was Kairos' magic, you're here on important business. You don't have to be an Archon of Secrets to guess that you are here to proclaim an edict. What does Kairos have in store for the enemy? 10 years of festering plague, or an edict of twisted bones? I come bearing an edict of Kairos. Our soldiers will complete their task, or die. The edict is levered against us? But the Scarlet Course preventing us from taking action. Why would the Overlord punish both sides of... forgive me. It's not my place to question. We should have conquered the enemy within weeks of arriving in the valley. The delay reflects poorly on all of us. The two Archons and their armies cannot take the citadel they've taken before. Of course Kairos is displeased. Your words are wrath? Alright, whatever. Your words sting, but they're not false. The soldiers stand ready, yet the Archon never issues a change. If anything can force them to act, it'll be the Overlord's edict. Well, you've traveled a long way. I won't keep you further. I'm sure the Archons are wanting to hear from you. Well, runners, third time this week. The Oathbreakers keep trying to send messengers through the mountains to gather help from outside the valley. Points to the collapsed path. But they're a bit too late for that now. Come on, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. Combat. You fight. You do things. You have skills. You have cooldowns. You have areas. You have threats. You have health. And accuracy and all the fun things.
Can't do that.
What? Why can't you do that? Do that.
I got it.
Go on. Zap him. Zap him.
On it. on the lookout.
Wrong button. I need things. All right. What does this do? Ooh, vitality. I will certainly be happily taking that. Not sure about the recovery reduction. It's the only reason I know about putting that on.
Moving cautiously.
Okay, couldn't remember if it was F5 or F6. We do not have that. Very well, we will squeeze through.
On.
Go on, go on. Zap her. Give her a shocking experience. Ow. Shocking.
Take that.
Shocking. Oh, so shocking. Stone shield. Don't bother me. Go down the pass. Durst us. Oof. You're wounded. It is not trivial. It is but a scratch. I've seen twice as worse 10 times over. You pulled of your guts then. Farewell. Hail Kairos! Lovely.
Try and catch me, worm.
A Scarlet Fury, you say? Interesting. What are you doing here? Thus, is it? This one's crazy. Too much lead in her water. We should cut our losses and turn back.
Ha! Fate finder. You're here at last. Here to join me in putting these cowards out of their misery.
That depends on who you are.
Are you serious? I came to escort you to camp when... damn it! Kill first, questions later.
Very well. You seem like you could use some help.
I'm no water lily, but I'd welcome an extra blade.
For the realms of Apex, charge!
Trouble is afoot.
Let's see, what do you have? Blood-soaked stone. Ah, I see. Burning iron. Skewer. Oh, are you using a bow right now? Can I switch your weapon? Yes.
I got it.
Oh, lovely.
See you there.
I got it.
Phew. I can tell you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent. I'm Verse, by the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions. Those Vendrian guard we killed didn't come alone.
You fight like a storm. What is your role in the army?
A Scarlet Fury, one of the elite killers of our ignoble gang. You'll see more than a few of us around camp, but don't let that fool you. We're a rare breed. Most of the soldiers in the Scarlet Chorus are little more than farmers and children armed with rusted forks. Makes them easier to control. The voices of Nerat called his best fighters to this siege. There must be something important about Vendrian's well, though don't ask me what. The Archon isn't in the habit of spilling secrets.
Why is the Vendrian Guard attacking now?
My guess? The Vendrian Guard are testing our strength in battle, learning how we perform before they organize a real offensive. That, or they're really, really desperate to get beyond the mountains and couldn't wait until nightfall.
Very well. I'm ready if you are.
Eager. I like that. Before we go, you might search among the remains of our fallen comrades. Wherever they're bound, I doubt they'll miss their boots, much less any rings or any useful iron they might be clutching.
I see your point. Nice and practical.
No reason to pity the fallen. Before long, we might wish we'd joined them here. But at least we'll enjoy heavy pockets and warm toes. For the voices of Nerat!
Eyes forward, no looking back. Stand aside, or it's your funeral. We'll be over the side of the bluff. I applaud your bravery. But I implore you to end your foolishness and lay down your arms. No chance. If I surrender, I'm as good as dead. At least we can drag out some Kairos' chosen along our short journey to the void. Reinforcements! Hooray! Mocking breeze.
Run down the Oathbreakers. Let none escape.
Hold your position, all of you! You that keep the path! No, don't engage them! We need to run!
Look at that!
Nice, he's burning. I think he may have had a shocking experience.
Good work. On it. Will do.
Ow, that hurt. Come quick, we have a situation on the cliffside. They have the commander. Really? Really? I don't get any loot for that? The whole point of killing the hero guys is to get their loot, right? Interesting. What are you doing? Of course I'll draw attention to you. Stow your weapon before we find out how long a man can scream before hitting the ravine down below.
Scare him. Do not worry. Worry not for me. Craven Ash will protect.
You heard the man? He's plainly invited us to use a little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission? From your pimp? This blade? The jerk of his knife, he clamps. Darius muttered here. If you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. Release your prisoner and you might know the inside of a cell. And I'm sure your cell will have daily visits from the Scarlet Choir. And cad thirst for a bit of torture. I'd rather take my chances with death. Now that's unfair. I assure you it's more of a hunger for torture than a thirst. But you're correct. We have no charity left for those who laughed at our mercy once before. If you fools won't deal with him, maybe I will. Oh. Darius' death will be a setback. Darius' death will be a setback. He was the finest steward of this steadfast. But, with the losses we've sustained in this war, I am next in command. I will aspire to be half the leader he was. One of the soldiers found a mage blather on an Oathbreaker. I figure, you being trained in letters could perhaps... Let me see it. See. It is some recruitment material. They were trying to bring more traitors to their fight. There were likely other groups trying to flee the valley, but we can rest knowing this. We stopped this group. A shame it's such a high cost. The Archons are expecting you at the disfavored war camp. When you're ready to leave, exit by the south gate and keep going the way through the foothills. Yep. Where's all the loot? There it is. Ah, distant impact. Yes. Reaching grasp. Sure. East. That is not a bad option. We'll do that. Let's see, you have 2 blades and a bow. We have spear. Spear at Red River. Okay. Red Rivers and Gutseeker. 8 to 11. 8 to 11. Ah, it's a two-handed. They have more armor penetration. Oh. This is less DPS. These have more DPS. 5-3. This has less. But has the eradicating armor piercing. I don't know. We'll leave her with what she has for right now, I think. Not bad. Head wrap, accuracy +1. Okay. And this gives more deflection, less recovery, though. More accuracy, though. Sure. Alright, let's press on
Can't do that.
and find a way to do
Sorry,
it.
I can't.
I require you to do it. You will need to find a way. That's not good. You don't have it either.
I got it.
You need more athletics. Fatefinder, what honor to have. Not to non-court, is it a humble holdfast? It supplies, if you've come to the right place. What will it be today? Let me see what you have. Actually, I trust you've been granted proper stewardship of the goods you're peddling. Well, Fatebinder. I think so. I've been handed these bits of scrap. But I am not a woman of letters. Numbers are my strength, as you can well imagine. Let me see those. Certainly, good Fatebinder. Where did you get these? Arch Bronze acquired these on my behalf from Archon Tunon's agents, I believe. Do you see any issue? There is a bit of an issue. Yes. A problem? But how can that be? I paid a span's profit for the stewardship. What sort of problem is there? You have the right to trade as part of the active war effort. Currently, it seems our armies are unable or unwilling to fight. See the problem? Oh, I see the problem. Let's skip some dippins and dance, shall we? A donation to the court. Call it a proper fine. Call it tribute or protection. Just call off your game if you say yes. Give me a good rate, and we'll call it even for now. Well, there should be active war. There's not. Let's see. Looks like that is a frost, and it's less than what we have. And it's identical to what we have. And that's stone. Bronze war mace. I don't don't really see anything necessarily that we need. Sigil of Lightning, I believe, yeah, already know it. Limitless Boundaries, that's a good one. And that's a good one. And camping supplies would be good to have some. What can we sell? There we go. Sorry, it took me a moment. I was trying to remember how to sell things on this. Let's see, the Sun Soul Javelin, we have two of Sun Soldier's Javelin, we have two of those. And it has 5.26, where this has 4. Okay, we'll keep one. I think that's all that we have. Yes. That will get me enough to get the things I need. Oh, the hide is expensive. That is all I need for now. Thank you. Oh, I have 4. Never mind. I do not need them then. More lore. Excellent. Now, we can choose some more options. Lore required 30, and we have 50. 40. That would bring it to 65. 55. Still above what we can do. Ever. That's going to be 55. That will give me the ability to have a few castings of it. This one will, yeah, range. So it goes from 2 meters, we can do it at 4 meters. 25, oh, you can get that. Sure, why not? You can start learning some, more abilities to have some fun.
Will do.
Alright, is there anywhere else we need to clear? Other side of this wall for certain. I'm gonna go back in there and talk with them quickly, but I want to circle around. Ah, we have enough of that. The other one took 35, this one took 30.
Sorry, I can't.
Really?
Not happening.
That's disappointing. I couldn't help but notice you were eyeballing the disfavored symbol. It's heard about camp. Oddly a symbol, just a scrawl. That's true, but it used to be pride of Griffin Ash's legion before Kairos made him deface it. I see what happened. Word is it that Ash has been under more scrutiny than other Archons, seeing as he took a stand against Kairos in the past. Even though he bent the knee in the end, that doesn't place him above suspicion. Kairos and the other Archons keep him in a tight leash. Ash's troops, impressive, impressed the growing empire, but Kairos made them sacrifice everything they were to be the point Ashes surrendered. Up to the point where Ashes surrendered. They've been disfavored ever since, and fighting to earn back their honor. I guess that's why you don't cross the Overlord. Kairos holds a grudge with a mean, jealous streak. Very well. I don't blame you. Compared to the Scarlet Chorus, the disfavored are about as interesting as hard labor. We need more subterfuge. Okay.
Can't do that.
Oh, sure you can. What? We stepped out of... Oh, there it is. The prisoner is from the Tarkus clan. Then, he's not just an oathbreaker, he's one of their leaders. No mercy for for those who foment rebellion. Find a post, string him up. If his wounds don't kill him, thirst and starvation and infection will do the rest. Hal must be given a chance to find absolution in the service of the Scarlet Choir. You know the full well this has always been our way. He has a chance to be slave, soldier. Then, only then, do we feed him to the pigs. I'm tired of this nonsense. You keep recruiting these oathbreakers, then you fall in to inflict order and they defect, and we fight them all over again. I will not let another one of these South Knobs come back to haunt us. Well, I insist this oathbreaker be taken to the voices of the rat, leaving us at an impasse. Fortunately, we have a fate binder here to settle the matter for us. So what do you say? What should become of this prisoner? Execute the Oathbreaker. One chance to surrender was enough. Happily, this one will pay for Darius and all other brothers and sisters that have perished here in Vendrian's Well. You heard the Fate Binder? Kill him. But make an example of him. Find a post that's not in use and string him up. Until next time, Fatebinder, I know I have important business. You have important business in the valley. No point keeping you. For the glory of Kairos.
I got it.
I mean, they are called Oathbreakers for a reason, right? Alright, so we need more subterfuge and athletics to continue on with some of the things here. Not sure why we have that. Hey, Raven. Alright, there we go. So a little overview of how it goes. So I mentioned to you before that the game has the sigils that I want to kind of use for the Viking game. So you pick your core sigil. So in this case, I only have lightning. You pick the expression. So focused intent, which is touch, or distant impact, which is ranged. And they have a lore cost associated with them. So focused intent is a touch, only has lore cost 15 need, where the distant impact you must have 30 lore to be able to cast it. And then I currently have 3 accents I can put on it. We have range sigil, which allows it to go from 8 to 10 meters, so further distance. That also means that the touch one can go from 2 meters, which is basically, you know, melee combat range, to 4, which means you can be a little bit out of range. And then if we go back to here, I also have the area of effect, but that takes 25 lore. So I can't do that yet. And that makes it have an area of effect. So kind of electric ball. Or I have the option to do duration, which gives it so the stun infliction lasts longer, because there is a chance to stun. So yeah, little chance to review it. And here we are, heading to the disfavored camp. I do think I'm going to have to call it there for now, but I plan on doing more tomorrow, as time permits. I appreciate you guys being here. I did do the little starting part, which is really cool. I think you may have missed that, Raven. I think you just got here. But it's definitely fun to see how the game actually starts. They have a really fun prologue system, and it's really cool. And I kind of wish a prologue system existed like that for D&D. It's really cool. Let me quickly go back and give you a quick snippet of what it looks like. But I am going to have to call it, but I'll quickly show you kind of what they do. We won't actually play, but you can watch the VOD for the full details. I didn't go over all the options, but yeah, it's really cool. So you have Conquest or Quick Start. Conquest is the way to go, because you get this nice little war map, and you go through some choices on the war map, that set up how the game is going to play and what's available and what's been done. And you can only choose one option. So you see there's two options. Each of these options have two options. You can only pick one of the four options. Sometimes there's the third option, but you can only ever pick one. And later on there's whole regions that you have to pick between go to. And you only have the one chance to go. If you don't go during it, you don't go. There's no, okay, I'll go there and then there. No. You only go to one. It's a really cool way to set it up. So yeah, check the VOD out if you want, and you can see how it goes. It's really cool. But that's how the sigil part works. Let me quickly load my other character so you can see a little bit more in depth of what you can do with magic later on. And then yeah, I'm gonna have to call it a night. This is a level 26 character I have that I've played before. And if we go into his casting, he has all sorts of different cores, sigils. And so he has stone and earth and fire and lightning and frost and all of it. He has a bunch of different expressions. Material force, you target a weapon, so it's basically like elemental weapon sort of thing. You have proximity, which is fire rune sort of thing, like you make a little rune that sits there and it's a trap. Wards. You have cone. And you have ranged touch, or ranged attack, and then touch attack. So, yeah, pretty cool. And then you have all these different expressions, or accents you can put on it. There's this other, what do they call it? Enhancement sigils that do some wonky things. Add bleed, add illusion, add, just different things like that. Which is really cool. And then they have interrupting, so you basically stun them, sort of thing. You have cast it more quickly or less cost. I'm trying to recreate it some. Yeah, I'm trying to recreate it some. I haven't got it all figured out, as it's not exactly easy. This is essentially like a +1, +2, +3, +4 sort of thing to hit. But to me, that would just up the cost of the spell, making it a higher level potentially. But I'm still thinking when you create it, you're going to have this lore cost, which is basically a skill check using your rune ability or arcana ability to create it. And so you'll have to create them successfully, and then you'll have them available. It's kind of my current thought. But yeah, it's a really awesome system. I've never seen a magic system that is like that. Yeah, it's going to be this. It is going to be the spell points. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm trying to get the exact amount cost down. But I figured it'd help you to actually see it, than not, like, see how it actually works. Okay. Yeah, let me wrap up and then I might have a quick moment. Thank you all for being here. I hope you did enjoy. Be sure to follow and turn on notifications if you haven't, so you know when we continue this lovely adventure. Until next time, and as always, enjoy the story. We'll see you all then.